Hello and welcome back to my workbench. It is time once again to try to fix something. And today on the workbench I have another PS5 Fat that is, I believe, a no power. I think this is dead, as in totally dead. So, yeah, let me read to you the description from the seller. It says, I bought this about a year ago after watching one too many JDT repair videos, which is Joey Does Tech, on YouTube. I thought it would be a fun project, but never found the time. The warranty sticker was intact when I opened it. I prodded around with the multimeter, but never diagnosed the issue. Nothing has been heated, soldered, reflowed, or anything of the sort. Well, we shall find that out, shall we? I think we will. Let's give it some power. I saw a little dip there. I think the power supply is starting, so that's something. But there's nothing going on there. No beeps, no lights, nothing. Okay, so that's what we're starting with. So let me get the covers off and let's just see how bad it is. And our circuit board is out. And I think the first thing I'd like to do is just take a look at the current draw of the board. So I've got it connected to my power supply. I have not enabled it yet. So we're going to give this board 12 volts and see how much current we get drawn with a current limit of 0.5 amp. Absolutely no current. That is very strange. Oh, 4 milliamps. That is odd. It's almost like it's not connected at all. So, do we have our 5 volts? Probably a good place to start. See if we have our 5 volts down here. Or are we missing some of our voltages around this chip here that makes the standby voltages? RT5126 or DA9065, I think it is. Okay, let me get set up and we'll look around the board and see what we can find and what we don't find. Maybe a blown fuse? I don't know. All right, let's just check for some voltages. I don't have my supply enabled, but I will get it turned on. Let's just see. Do we have 5 volts? And I'm should be able to find it right there. I'm going to turn on the 12 volts. Do I have 12 volts? I do have 12 volts. I do not have 5 volts. Okay, do I have 12 volts going into this buck converter? I have 12 volts going into this converter. No output. Do we have a short somewhere around there? I'm going to disable the supply. Let's go to resistance mode. Or continuity mode, maybe. Do we have a short? No, no short on the output. And there's clearly no short on the input. So do we just have a DC-DC converter not running? That's ground there. That's not. That would be the filtering for the 12 volts coming in, which is coming in right here. No short there, because if there was, we would have all kinds of current flowing. And we are getting 12 volts there. This is a new one. I'm just tapping some of these capacitors around here. Let's take a look under the microscope just a second. Maybe we'll see something obvious. Maybe we won't, but maybe we will. Let's see. So we're not even getting 5 volts. Oh, I see where somebody's been probing all around that area. He did say, the seller did say he had probed around, but didn't figure it out. Yeah, a lot of probing going on. But really, there's not that much to the circuit. It's this IC, that you see right there, controlling these switching MOSFETs. And that chops up 12 volts you know, some filtering through this inductor, and some, I'm sure there's some capacitance on the other side. But yeah, and you make 5 volts. Except we're not making 5 volts. It may just be a dead chip right there, which I should have some of these or something equivalent. But there doesn't seem to be anything shorted. What if I check? Trying to make sure this stays in focus. Give me a second. What if I check like here? Oh, that is shorted. Yeah, right there is 3.66 ohms on this pin. Like this pin, what is it? Is this ground? That's ground. But this side is not. So is our capacitor shorted or our chip right here? Because I don't think that's normal. Nothing there. Okay. I'm thinking of just taking this chip off and see if that short goes away. That short, that's, you know, 3.6 ohms. That should not be there. Let's get some flux on that. And we'll just pull it straight off and see if that short goes away. Get my hot air nozzle back on. I was doing some work earlier without the nozzle. Let's say about 425 degrees should be enough. There we go. Let's set that down. Is our short gone? Yes. No short. So we just got a bad chip. Thought it could have been the capacitor, but nope. Looks like it's the chip. Let me find a donor board. I don't know if I have any of these chips new. Let me look and see. $37.36 B0 does not ring a bell. I mean, I've seen it before. I just don't recall buying it. I'm just looking up at my parts bins. Don't see it. All right, let me look at a donor here. See what I've taken off this board, what I have not. Okay. Let's look at this right quick light. And you can see on this board they're using a 3219. This is an EDM-010. That's an EDM-010. So they're using a different chip, but a compatible chip. Now I do have some of those, I thought, 3219s. Well, I really thought that I had bought some of those ICs, this 3219, but I cannot find them. So, yep, we'll be taking a donor. Apparently I was mistaken. liquid metal down there with it. It's rolling around. This is still, I'm using 425 at maximum airflow. Okay. There. There's our old chip. And our donor. Oops. Should have held on to it a little bit longer. Try that again. I think we got it that time. So yeah, the guy who was working on this was in the area. Maybe he didn't have any donor boards to pull parts from. He was in the area. Need to clean that a little bit better. Maybe that'll do. All right, let me get set back up so we can take a look at the current draw now. I bet we're doing something more than we were before. More than 3 or 4 milliamps. All right, with that IC changed out, the one responsible for generating the 5 volts, let's give the board 12 volts once again and see if she does something more. Yep, 300 milliamps. And come back down. All right, I think we're going to be good. I think. That current draw seems a little bit high there on idle, though. Not sure if that's a problem or not. Try that again. 300 milliamps. Maybe the chip's still hot. I'll let it cool off a little while. Okay. That chip may still be a little bit warm that I changed it out. I thought I'd let it cool off enough right there. All right, I think we're ready to put this back in the chassis and see if she will turn on. I think she will. Well, I think we're ready to test this console. I've got it hooked up. I've got just enough hooked up. I think I've got the lights hooked up, the fan, power button. Sure, let's give it a try. Blue light, fan spinning. Just need something on the display. Nothing yet. No white light yet. It's coming. I think it's coming. White light. Video. Come on. Come on. There it goes. Repairing storage. And I guess it's, yeah, now we got to reboot. And we're back to the logo. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let me put this thing back together and I'll give it a further test out. But I think we're going to be in good shape. Well, this PS5 has been fully reassembled. It was already cleaned, didn't have to clean it at all. I'm installing a game. It's working just fine, so that was his only issue. So, yeah, whoever that was, the gentleman was who was working on it, the guy I bought it from, he was very, very close. I'll probably send him a link to this video just for some closure on his part. You know, he probably would like to know what the problem was. So anyway, that was a somewhat simple one. I hope you liked it. Thought it was somewhat interesting, educational, entertaining, any of the above. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in that very next repair. Bye for now.